If Greta Thunberg was feeling confident at lunchtime, then she was right to be. The case against her and 4 other protesters was thrown out of court. The conditions imposed on them by the police deemed unclear by the judge, an energy that Greta and her gang seem to embrace today.
We really like frogs.
Here's the moment she was arrested last year. Oil executives had been meeting inside a fancy hotel last October for a conference. She and 4 others were accused of breaching Section 14 of the Public Order Act by blocking the entrance to the hotel. But where's the evidence, boomed the judge today. No witness statements, he said. No evidence of vehicles being impeded, interference with emergency services, or risk to life.
We must remember who the real enemy is. What are we defending? Who are our laws meant to protect?
No new oil, no new gas. We don't want a climate crash.
The judge described the law as unclear, uncertain and unlawful in this particular case. And it raises bigger questions about the Public Order Act and the criminalisation of protest. The defendants today could have been fined £2,500, but in the worst case scenario, protesters deemed to be causing a public nuisance could face a jail sentence of up to 10 years.
Our right to protest is under pressure right now. I think people will feel like they can't go along to a protest because any protest could be deemed too much disruption for whichever particular officer is at the scene that day, and it is going to affect our rights to peacefully protest, which is a crucial part of democracy.
Adani recently invested 16 billion Australian dollars into a new coal mine. Is that what you stand for as the Science Museum?
The activists' drive for accountability seems unfazed by the threat of legal repercussions. This was last night at the Science Museum. The coal giant Adani sponsors the museum's green energy gallery, which critics argue is hypocritical.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap things up. So, thanks so much.
They should be allowed an opportunity to respond.
Yeah, ask the member of the panel how they feel.
Shame on you!
A few months ago, Greta was at the Malmö district court in Sweden, fined €200 for disobeying police during a protest. Within hours, she was back at it. Today, at Westminster Magistrates Court in London, if she was feeling nervous, she didn't show it. The judge described the protest last October as peaceful, civilised and non-violent. Some of his summing up, criticising the lawyers for the police for poor evidence, was met with hysterics from the public gallery. The Metropolitan Police says it has to balance the right to protest with Londoners who are fed up with repeated, serious disruption. In the final moments of court, there were loud cheers when the judge turned to the protesters and told them they were free to go.